The vast emptiness of space stretched endlessly before the stellar seeker, its sleek purple hull gleaming under distant starlight. Inside the ship's main research chamber, Chief Xenobiologist Zixtal's four eyes widened as unusual readings appeared on the holographic display. The strange signals came from a small solar system that hadn't been explored before. Zixtal's tentacles moved quickly across the control panel. "Elder Council, you need to see this," he said through the ship's communication system. "These readings suggest intelligent life, but the numbers don't make sense. The planet should be too harsh for advanced civilization." While the alien scientists tried to understand their discovery, a human cargo ship named Star Trader moved steadily through the same sector. Captain Laura Bennett sat in her command chair, sipping coffee from her favorite blue mug. The ship's cargo hold carried mining equipment bound for one of humanity's newer colonies. "Captain, I'm picking up something weird on our sensors," said Lisa Wright from her station. She brushed her red hair away from her face, frowning at her screen. "It's big, and it's definitely not one of ours." Laura put down her coffee and leaned forward. "Show me." The main screen lit up, revealing a massive vessel unlike anything they'd seen before. Its purple hull seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it, and its shape reminded Laura of a sea creature she'd once seen in an old nature documentary. "Try hailing them," Laura ordered, keeping her voice calm despite her racing heart. This could be humanity's first contact with alien life, and she knew every decision she made would be important. On the stellar seeker, Zixtal nearly jumped out of his protective suit when the communication alert sounded. The humans had noticed them and were trying to make contact. This wasn't how first contact scenarios were supposed to happen. The Council had strict protocols about observing primitive species from a distance first. "Should we respond?" Zixtal asked the ship's commander, a tall crystalline being named Korthax. Korthax's crystal body flickered with patterns of light that showed his uncertainty. "We must. They've already seen us, and their ship's design suggests they're more advanced than we thought." When the alien ship finally responded, Laura and her crew saw their first alien. The being on their screen looked like a cross between an octopus and a tree, with 4 big eyes and skin that changed colors as it spoke. "Greetings, unknown vessel," Zixtal said in perfect English. "Thanks to the Universal Translator. We are peaceful researchers from the Galactic Council." Laura stood up, straightening her uniform. "This is Captain Laura Bennett of the Earth cargo vessel Star Trader. We also come in peace." She noticed how the alien skin shifted to a lighter shade when she spoke. "Your species was unknown to us," Zixtal said, his tentacles moving in what seemed like excitement. "May we ask how you survive in this sector? Our readings indicate radiation levels that should make space travel impossible for organic life." Laura looked confused. "The radiation levels are within normal parameters for human ships. Our shielding handles it just fine." She didn't understand why the alien seemed so surprised by this. The alien scientists watching the exchange looked at each other with growing concern. These humans weren't just surviving in conditions that should kill most species. They were treating it as normal. More interesting still was their ship's design, which seemed primitive by Council standards yet somehow functioned perfectly in conditions that would disable most Council vessels. "Would you be willing to share information about your species?" Zixtal asked, trying to hide his growing excitement and fear. The Council would be very interested in learning more about humanity. Laura smiled, not realizing that her friendly expression made several alien crew members back away from their screens. To them, the showing of teeth was usually a sign of aggression, but this human did it while speaking of peace. "We'd be happy to exchange information," Laura replied. "We've always hoped we weren't alone in the universe." As both ships prepared for a proper first contact meeting, Zixtal sent a private message to the Council. "The beings we've discovered are impossible. They survive in deadly conditions, their technology defies our understanding, and they show no fear of the unknown. We may have just met the most terrifying species in the galaxy." Dr. Kevin Martinez never expected to be the first human studied by alien scientists. He stood in the pristine white examination room aboard the Stellar Seeker, watching as 3 alien researchers moved around him with strange devices. Their tentacles worked quickly, and their 4 eyes blinked in different patterns as they took readings. "Fascinating," said the lead researcher, whose name Kevin couldn't pronounce. "Your cellular structure is unlike anything we've seen before. Your cells actively repair radiation damage." Kevin smiled, though he noticed how this made the aliens twitch slightly. "That's normal for humans. We evolved with background radiation on Earth." He didn't mention that he found their reaction amusing. As a marine biologist who now studied space life, he understood the importance of not offending alien species. Meanwhile, in another part of the ship, Lisa Wright worked at her communication station, monitoring signals between the alien vessel and Earth. Something felt off about the transmissions she was picking up. She noticed small energy spikes that shouldn't be there, like tiny electronic whispers in the background. "Computer, run a deep scan on signal pattern Delta 7, she said quietly. The screen filled with data, confirming her suspicion. Hidden within the regular communication channels were secret transmissions. The aliens were using their official communications to hide their real messages. Lisa went to report her discovery to Captain Bennett, but stopped when she saw small floating devices in the corridor. They looked like soap bubbles with tiny lights inside. She had never noticed them before, but now that she looked carefully, they were everywhere. Back in the examination room, Kevin underwent more tests. The aliens seemed particularly interested in his bone structure and muscle tissue. "Your species can repair broken bones?" one researcher asked, showing him a scan of his old skiing accident. "Yes, most breaks heal in a few weeks," Kevin replied. He watched as the alien's skin changed to a pale yellow color, which he had learned meant surprise or shock. "Weeks?" The alien's tentacles curled tightly. "Most species take months to heal, if they survive such injuries at all." The lead researcher moved closer, all 4 eyes focused intently on Kevin. "And you say humans regularly survive such damage? For recreation?" Kevin nodded, thinking about his weekend rock climbing plans. "We have many sports that carry risk of injury. It's part of the fun." The aliens spoke quickly to each other in their own language, their skin flashing different colors. Kevin wished he could understand what they were saying, but the universal translator didn't work on their private conversations. Lisa had managed to decode part of the hidden transmissions. The messages contained words like threat assessment and containment protocols. She found one complete sentence that made her blood run cold. "Their biology suggests evolution on a death world." She needed to warn Captain Bennett, but how could she do it without alerting the aliens? The floating probe devices seemed to watch her every move. She started walking toward the bridge, trying to act normal while her mind raced with possibilities. The alien researchers had moved on to testing Kevin's reaction times. They seemed shocked when he caught a falling device before it hit the ground. "Your neural responses are extraordinarily fast," one said, skin turning deep purple with excitement. "Just normal human reflexes," Kevin said. He was starting to realize that what seemed ordinary to him was apparently extraordinary to them. Lisa finally reached the bridge and found a way to warn the captain. She created a simple game on her datapad and showed it to Laura. "Captain, want to try this puzzle? You have to find the hidden message." She emphasized the word hidden slightly. Laura understood immediately. She took the pad and saw the warning Lisa had hidden in the game's code. Her expression didn't change, but she squeezed Lisa's hand to show she understood. The aliens watched all of this through their probes, not realizing that the humans had discovered their surveillance. In their private chamber, they compiled their findings. "These humans," one wrote in the report, "are far more dangerous than we initially thought. They don't just survive in death world conditions, they thrive in them. And now we have proof they're clever enough to hide their true capabilities." Senior researcher Carthal's laboratory aboard the Stellar Seeker buzzed with nervous energy. The alien scientists gathered around a large display showing human medical records they had collected. Their skin changed colors rapidly as they shared their findings with the Galactic Council. "Look at this," Carthel said, pointing a tentacle at the screen. "Humans sleep for only 8 hours a day. They stay conscious and active for 16 hours straight." The council members watching through the video feed shifted uncomfortably. Most intelligent species needed at least 20 hours of rest each day. In another part of the ship, Lisa Wright carefully watched the aliens through the security cameras. She had turned their own monitoring systems against them, using their surveillance network to spy on the Watchers. What she saw worried her deeply. The alien scientists pulled up videos of human athletic events. They watched in horror as humans ran long distances, lifted heavy weights, and crashed into each other in various sports. "Their bones should shatter," one scientist said, his skin turning pale. "But they get up and continue." "That's not even the most disturbing part," Carthel said. He showed new data from their tests on Dr. Martinez. "Their bodies don't just heal, they get stronger after injury. Their muscles rebuild bigger than before. They actively seek out physical stress to enhance their capabilities." Lisa recorded everything, using a small device hidden in her sleeve. She had discovered that the aliens' probes couldn't detect certain old Earth frequencies, giving her a safe way to store information. The council meeting continued as more shocking facts came to light. "Humans can eat almost anything," another scientist reported. "Their digestive system can process foods that would kill most species. They even eat plants and animals that contain natural poisons, just for pleasure. They call it spicy," Carthel added, his tentacles curling in distress. "They deliberately seek out chemical irritants to add to their food." On the human side of the ship, Dr. Martins worked with Captain Bennett to prepare their own report about the aliens. They sat in a small room they had discovered was free from alien probes, thanks to Lisa's careful scanning. "They're terrified of us," Laura said quietly, reading through Lisa's findings. "Everything we consider normal seems to frighten them." Kevin nodded, looking at his own notes. "Yesterday they nearly panicked when I told them about how humans can hold their breath underwater. Apparently most species can't control their breathing at all." The alien scientists moved on to discussing human environmental adaptations. "They can survive temperature ranges that would kill most species," one reported. "They cool themselves by releasing water through their skin, then keep moving in the heat. Their young engage in something called play," another added. "They deliberately practice dangerous activities like climbing, jumping, and fighting. They start training for survival almost from birth." Lisa managed to intercept another secret transmission to the council. The message made her hands shake as she decoded it. "Humans don't just survive fatal conditions. They deliberately seek them out. They call it adventure and exploration. Their entertainment includes simulating disasters and wars. They prepare for catastrophe by choice." In the laboratory, Carthel prepared his final report. "Most concerning is their psychological resilience. Humans can lose limbs, survive severe injuries, and continue fighting. They remain conscious through extreme pain. They can survive alone for long periods without mental degradation." The council members listened in growing horror as Carthel continued. "Their history shows they have survived multiple near-extinction events. Instead of dying out, they grew stronger each time. They turned their death world into a civilization, and now they're reaching for the stars. We must decide what to do about them," a council member said. "Any species this powerful is a threat to galactic peace." But Carthel's skin shifted to a thoughtful blue color. "Perhaps," he said slowly, "we're looking at this wrong. Their strength comes with remarkable restraint. They could be dangerous, yes, but they might also be exactly what our galaxy needs." Ambassador Mary Phillips walked through the grand halls of the Galactic Council headquarters, trying not to show her amazement at the strange architecture. The ceilings seemed to float without support, and the walls changed colors as different species passed by. Two junior officers, Chris Patterson and Patricia Baker, followed close behind her. The alien diplomats they passed kept their distance, Mary noticed how they moved away when humans came near, like birds avoiding a cat. She kept her face calm and her step steady, but inside she worried about what this meant. "Welcome, Ambassador," said a tall, crystal-like being who introduced itself as first speaker Ralcon. Its body sparkled with different colors as it spoke. "We are honored to begin these historic talks between our peoples." Chris Patterson watched the alien guards closely. After years in security, he could tell when someone was afraid. These aliens, with their advanced weapons and powerful ships, acted like scared rabbits around the humans. Patricia Baker felt the same tension. Her scientific instruments showed unusual energy readings every time they entered a new room. The aliens were scanning them constantly, but trying to hide it. "Tell us, Ambassador," Ralcon said as they sat in the meeting chamber, "how does your species view expansion into space?" Its crystal body flickered with nervous light patterns. Mary chose her words carefully. "Humans are explorers by nature. We seek to learn and grow, to understand new things and meet new people." She noticed how several council members shifted uncomfortably at her words. In a monitoring room nearby, alien scientists watched the humans' vital signs. They seemed amazed that the humans stayed so calm in an alien environment. Most species showed extreme stress during first diplomatic meetings. Chris noticed small floating devices following them everywhere, just like the ones Lisa had spotted on the research ship. He pretended not to see them, but kept track of their movements. The aliens thought they were being clever with their surveillance. "Your species has shown remarkable abilities," another council member said. "This one looked like a walking plant with glowing leaves. How do you plan to use these abilities in the wider galaxy?" Mary smiled, making several aliens flinch slightly. "We hope to be helpful neighbors. Humans are good at solving problems and handling difficult situations. We want to share our strengths with others." Patricia's instruments picked up a surge of energy as the aliens reacted to Mary's words. They were sending urgent messages to each other, trying to decide if humans were being honest or hiding their true intentions. "You must understand our concern," Ralcon said. "Your species can survive conditions that would kill most others. You heal from terrible injuries. You seek out danger for fun." The crystal being's color turned a worried shade of blue. "Some council members fear what this means." Mary leaned forward slightly, keeping her movements slow and gentle. "The same strengths that let us survive also taught us to be careful. We know our power, and we choose to use it wisely." Chris watched the alien guards relax slightly at Mary's words, but he knew this was just the beginning. The aliens still hadn't told them everything they knew about humans or why it scared them so much. Patricia's scanner beeped quietly, showing new data. The aliens were running more scans, deeper ones this time. They were looking for something specific, but she couldn't tell what. "Perhaps," Mary continued, "we could show you how humans use their abilities to help others. We have many examples of humans using their strength to protect and save, not to harm." The council members spoke quietly among themselves. Finally, Ralcon turned back to Mary. "We would like to learn more. But first, we must discuss something important. Our scientists have classified Earth as a death world, a planet that should be too dangerous for intelligent life. Yet humans not only survived there, but thrived. We need to understand how this will affect the galaxy's future." Officer John Carter stood in the dimly lit archive room of the Galactic Council's library section. He hadn't meant to find the secret files. He was just looking for basic information about other alien species when his security clearance accidentally opened a restricted database. The information on his screen made his hands shake. According to the Council's studies, humans could survive in nearly every environment they had found in the galaxy. Other species needed special suits or equipment just to visit most planets, but humans could live almost anywhere with minimal protection. In the main conference room, Ambassador Mary Phillips noticed the alien delegates growing more nervous. Their skin colors changed faster, and their movements became jerky and quick. Something had happened, but she didn't know what. We have completed our initial assessment of human capabilities, first speaker Ralcon announced, its crystal body glowing with worried colors. The results are concerning. John downloaded more files, his heart racing. The Council had secretly tested Earth's atmosphere, gravity, and radiation levels against their database of known worlds. The results shocked them. Earth was more dangerous than 95% of inhabited planets in the galaxy. Patricia Baker's instruments detected massive data transfers throughout the Council building. Ambassador, she whispered to Mary, they're sharing some kind of urgent information with all their worlds. The first speaker continued, your species evolved on a planet that should be too hostile for intelligent life. High gravity, extreme temperature changes, dangerous radiation levels, aggressive predators, powerful storms. That's just normal Earth, Chris Patterson said quietly, but his words made several alien delegates move away from him in fear. John found more classified information. Most alien species evolved on gentle worlds with weak gravity, stable climates, and protective atmospheres. They thought Earth was a death trap, yet humans called it home. Your bodies, another council member said, this one looking like a floating cloud of gas, are built for survival in ways we thought impossible. You can eat foods that would poison us. You can break bones and heal stronger. You can survive injuries that would kill any other species. Mary watched the aliens carefully. These things seemed normal to us. We didn't know we were different. John rushed to send a secure message to the ambassador. The Council wasn't just afraid of human strength. They were terrified of human potential. According to their calculations, humans could colonize planets that no other species could survive on. You must understand our position, Ralcon said, its crystal form flickering rapidly. Your species can live on worlds that would kill us instantly. You heal from deadly wounds. You seek out danger for entertainment. Some council members believe you are too dangerous to join galactic society. The room grew very quiet. Mary stood up slowly, careful not to frighten the already nervous aliens. We understand your fears, she said gently. But strength doesn't have to mean danger. Humans protect those who need help. We use our abilities to save lives, not take them. John found one last file that changed everything. The Council had been searching the galaxy for centuries, looking for a species strong enough to help protect others. They needed someone who could rescue ships in danger, build colonies on harsh worlds, and help with disasters. They needed someone who could survive anywhere and help anyone. They needed humans. They just didn't know if they could trust them. Perhaps, Mary continued, seeing hope in the aliens' changing colors, we can show you how humans use their strength. Let us prove that we can be protectors, not threats. Earth's hardships didn't make us dangerous. They taught us to help others survive. Commander Susan Howard received the emergency message while on patrol near Earth's outer colonies. Several council ships had appeared at the edge of human space, carrying what they called containment equipment. The aliens wanted to set up barriers around human-controlled areas. They're trying to trap us in our own space, Daniel Wright said, looking at the sensor readings. The chief engineer pointed to several strange energy signatures. Those devices could stop our ships from leaving the solar system. Susan stood on the bridge of her ship, the Northern Star, watching the alien vessels through the main screen. She had to find a way to prove humans weren't dangerous without starting a fight. A wrong move now could lead to war. On the Galactic Council station, panic was spreading. We can't risk letting them expand further, one council member said, their plant-like body turning dark with fear. They could take over any world they want. Nothing could stop them. Ambassador Mary Phillips tried to calm the situation. Humans don't want to take over anything, she explained. We explore space because we're curious, not because we want to conquer it. But fear was stronger than reason. More council ships arrived, carrying stronger containment devices. They planned to build an energy barrier around human space, trying to keep humanity confined to their own worlds. Daniel Wright studied the alien technology carefully. Their containment field has a weak point he told Commander Howard. "But to show them, we have to get close to their ships. They might think we're attacking." Susan made her decision. She opened a channel to the alien fleet. "This is Commander Howard. We want to show you something important. Please don't be afraid." She ordered her ship to move closer to the alien vessels. The alien ships backed away quickly. Their sensors showed that the human ship could survive conditions that would destroy their own vessels. They thought humans were preparing to attack. "Wait," Susan said calmly. "Watch what we do." She ordered Daniel to release a special probe they used for rescuing ships in trouble. The small device flew toward a nearby asteroid field. The aliens watched in surprise as the probe flew into the dangerous field. Their own ships couldn't go near those asteroids. The radiation and debris would destroy them instantly. The probe sent back images of a damaged alien ship hidden among the asteroids. It had crashed there days ago, but no one could reach it. The conditions were too dangerous for any rescue mission. "We can help them," Susan said to the council. "Humans can survive there. We can save their crew." She looked at the alien ships surrounding her. "This is what humanity does with its strength. We help others." The council members watched in amazement as Susan's ship entered the asteroid field. The radiation levels were deadly to most species, but the humans worked calmly, as if they were taking a quiet walk. Daniel Wright led the rescue team. They reached the crashed ship and found 3 alien crew members still alive. The aliens were terrified at first, seeing humans walk through conditions that should kill any living thing. But their fear turned to gratitude as the humans gently helped them to safety. "You see," Mary said to the council as they watched the rescue. "Humans are different, yes. We're stronger in some ways. But we use that strength to protect and help others. We don't want to rule the galaxy. We want to make it safer for everyone." The council members spoke quietly among themselves. The containment ships powered down their devices. Maybe, they realized, humanity's strength wasn't something to fear. Maybe it was exactly what the galaxy needed. 3 months after the asteroid field rescue, Ambassador Carol Taylor stood before the full Galactic Council. The Great Hall was filled with representatives from 1,000 worlds. They had gathered to make a historic decision about humanity's place in the galaxy. "When we first discovered humans," First Speaker Ralkin said, its crystal form glowing with calm blue light, "we saw only their power. We were afraid of their strength, their toughness, their ability to survive almost anywhere. We didn't understand that these same qualities would make them our greatest allies." Captain Richard Hayes, who had led several rescue missions in dangerous areas over the past months, stood with a group of human and alien crew members. His team had saved ships from plasma storms, rescued miners from high-gravity worlds, and helped build colonies on planets other species couldn't survive on. In just 3 months, a plant-like council member said, "Human rescue teams have saved more lives than we could in 3 years. They can reach places we can't. They can survive conditions that would kill our rescue workers instantly." Dr. Kevin Martinez, still studying alien biology, shared his latest findings. "Humans and council species can work together perfectly," he explained. "We can protect them in dangerous places, while they help us with their advanced technology. We make each other better." Lisa Wright had discovered something interesting in her communications work. When humans joined alien crews, the aliens slowly became braver. They started taking small risks, trying new things, knowing their human friends would keep them safe. "The thing we feared most about humans," another council member said, looking like a floating cloud of light, "was their comfort with danger. Now we understand. They don't ignore risks. They face them carefully and help others do the same." Ambassador Taylor stepped forward. "Humanity doesn't want to rule or frighten anyone," she said. "We want to explore, learn, and help. Let us be your guardians, your rescue teams, your pioneers. Where you see impossible dangers, we see challenges to overcome together." The council members watched videos of human rescue missions. They saw humans walking through radiation to save crashed ships. They saw humans diving into heavy gravity wells to recover lost cargo. They saw humans teaching alien crews how to stay calm in emergencies. Our scientists were right about one thing, Ralcon said. Humans are the most unusual species we've ever found. They evolved on a world that should be too dangerous for life. They grew stronger instead of dying, but they also grew kind. Captain Hayes showed the Council his crew's latest achievement, a new type of rescue ship designed by both humans and aliens. It combined human toughness with alien technology, making it safer and better than anything either species could build alone. The greatest strength of humans, Dr. Martinez added, isn't just their tough bodies or their ability to survive anywhere. It's their desire to help others succeed. They don't want to be the only ones who can face danger. They want to teach everyone to be brave. The Council voted unanimously. Humans would become the guardians of the galaxy, not because they were the strongest, but because they used their strength to protect others. Every Council ship would have human crew members. Every dangerous mission would have human volunteers. The terrifying truth about humans, First Speaker Ralcon announced, isn't that they're too strong or too tough or too brave. The truth is that they're exactly what our galaxy needed. A species strong enough to survive anywhere, brave enough to face any danger, and kind enough to help everyone else do the same. Ambassador Taylor smiled as she signed the new agreement. Humanity had found its place in the galaxy, not as conquerors or monsters, but as protectors and teachers. The very things that once made aliens fear humans now made them grateful to have such strong, caring allies.